The report is evil. Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect. Alright. So this is an evil report. And we are in the days where a lot of scoffers and naysayers and those that came up against the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they are about to be silenced. Alright, they are about to eat their words real soon. See, all the wicked, man. You have the men of the Lord on the highways and hedges, alright, making video epistles, and people have the audacity to scoff, man, instead of inquiring and building yourself up in the spirit for what is coming. Alright, but hey, it's all good because the Lord command us to cry aloud and spare not. Alright, whether they hear or forbear. So whether you took heed to the report or whether you ignored it and continued on in your sin and wickedness, that's going to be on you. That's going to be on your judgment. Okay, but as it says in Isaiah 53:1, who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Yeah, so who has believed the report? Ultimately, the elect have received the report. The rest of Israel is blinded. See, the Lord is blinded them. Why? Because they love not the truth. So they're going to continue on in their folly, in their wickedness, until ultimately the Lord takes them out the way. You see, but those who have taken heed to the report, and in these times now where you still have grace, where the doors of mercy are still open to enter that spiritual ark, right? Because right now the grace period is still open, so you can still, attach yourself to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the days are coming very soon where the doors of mercy are going to be closed, and if you outside that ark, you're going to get caught up in everything that's going to be happening in this world, right? This is why you should be moving with a sense of urgency in this time, man. Like stuff is critical right now. Okay, yeah. And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? The arm of the Lord is revealed unto his servants, the prophets. All right. See, so the prophets are letting you know what is going to happen before they happen. And the fact that these things are happening right now, this should be increasing your faith. Okay, you should be putting on the full armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in these times, because the world can see what's going on. Esau definitely see what's going on, and he understands that he's at his end. This is why you got these Edomites fleeing out to the wilderness. They're coming out these major cities because they see that it's about to go down. You don't think they're watching what's going on in the UK right now? You don't think they see what's going on in Bangladesh and France and Germany? You don't think these Edomites pay attention more than the average Jake, man? They're well plugged in with what's going on in this world. All right, but you Israelites are just lost in the sauce. All right, but ultimately you're that way because the Lord wants you to be that way. All right, because you're part of that 2/3 club, right? Ezekiel 7 in verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. So the end is here. All right, and the Lord say, evil and only evil is come. So we don't have a good report regarding this world to give you. See, we don't have any comforting words to give you regarding this world. Oh, it's going to be okay. Oh, don't worry. The dollar is going to come back. Oh, don't worry. The jobs are going to come back. America is going to have that luster that it used to have. No, that's not what we're telling you. We're telling you that this place is about to be destroyed. And unless you repent and return unto your power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you're going to be destroyed with it. So ultimately, the report boils down to repent or die. That's it. It's a very simple message, man. All right, but the men of the Lord have been set up to show you the events going on in this world, plug it back into prophecy, so that, Lord willing, you can be built up in the spirit and continue on the straight and narrow path that leads to salvation. See? So we're going to check out Patrick Humphrey, okay, because they talking about they have activated this 14th Amendment. As you see here, the title, Emergency Alert, 14th Amendment to be activated. Prepare for chaos. Okay, and right now, the whole of the earth is in chaos. And what's happening right across the pond in the UK, complete anarchy. All right, there was a video in the UK of some Edomites, just a gang of Edomites going inside the market and just, taking shit off the shelf. You know what I'm saying? And these were all Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see no Jake up in there, man. But yet they want to push you, Jake, as being the face of theft and crime. See, but we're in a time where people about to show their true colors, man. You see, people that put on this act, this holier than thou act, you're gonna see the real animalistic nature come out in these people, and especially these goddamn Edomites. All right, you Jakes is gonna see it, man, if you ain't seen it already. But yeah, what's happening over there in the UK, that's coming to America very soon, because these elites, they about to put some shit on these Babylonians. Okay, they about to cut the power, they about to cut the internet. You ain't gonna have no access to nothing. You see, Esau getting ready to shut this grid down. Esau getting ready to do a hard reset on this grid. You ain't gonna have no money because the banks is gonna be out. Why? Listen, man, when these things happen, that's when you gonna know that a prophet has been among you. That's when you gonna remember those men that you deemed as speaking harsh words, or they were false prophets, or whatever the case may be. That's when you gonna remember. All right, so let's go ahead and check out Patrick Humphrey, short portion of this clip, and I got some other articles we'll get into as well, and of course some more precepts, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
This is big breaking emergency news. We are now seeing talks of the 14th Amendment being activated. That is what is being talked of right now from high-level ranking member officials inside of our government. All right, they are warning that this could also lead to a, quote, potential civil war. That is the warnings we're seeing. All right, we're also getting warnings from Biden right now saying that they're holding emergency meetings for the situation inside the Middle East. We will get some more details on that. And we are also seeing major disruptions of trading and stock manipulations potentially. Okay, everyone's seen what's going on with the stock market today, but behind the scenes, they have been locking people out from trading. Okay, we have seen company after company go down, and we're going to cover all that. So let's dive into the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting every single day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news. All right, so lots of stuff going on. 14th Amendment news talked about being activated right now, and they're saying that if they use this card, this 14th Amendment card, that high-level officials are saying they're going to use, then I'm going to show you guys a video in just a second, then this could lead to civil war inside the U.S. That's what they're warning of. All right, we also have...
Let me stop right here real quick. And that's what they want. This is what these elites want. They see what's happening in the UK, because mind you, the UK is a part of the beast system. All right, those so-called European nations, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Italy, all those nations are a part of the beast system. So what you see happening in the UK, and it's not just the UK, like you're having uprisings go on in multiple of these EU nations. It may not be as severe as what's going on in the UK, but all of them have these type of things going on simultaneously. You see? So they want what's happening in the UK to touch down in America. All right? And the precedent has already been set. See? They're already attacking the food. They're attacking the jobs. They're attacking people's ability to outright own things. So much now to the point where people pretty much have to finance everything or put everything on credit because they can't, they don't have the capital to pay for anything outright. You see, then, they're talking about, activating this 14th Amendment, which is basically what they want to do is they want to give the migrants, right, all of the rights that American citizens have. Okay, so all the benefits that American citizens are entitled to through that 14th Amendment, these migrants are also going to be able to get that. So that's going to lead to what? That's going to lead to a severe diminishment of resources, because they have millions of migrants that have came over the border, not only from the south but from the north as well. I saw a report yesterday that said that in one day, like 13,000, or matter of fact, I think the number was higher than that. It may have been like 15 to 17,000 illegal migrants came in from Canada. All right, so they coming in through that northern and the southern border. But if they get the same citizenship, which they are going to do it, this is basically what Patrick Humphrey is saying, that when they get the same rights as American citizens, these Edomites is not going for that, man. All right, because you're going to be seeing these migrants in your schools. All right, they're going to replace you on your jobs, and guess what? A lot of them are already living better than these so-called Native Americans. All right, and I ain't talking about the Israelite Native Americans. I'm talking about these red-blooded Edomites. Okay, that would consider themselves native to this land, that would consider themselves legal. All right, so what's happening within Esau's government is they're turning on the people, and this is an order from on high. Right, this is an order coming down from the elites, all right, to cause confusion and to ultimately stir up strife amongst the lower level Edomites, you know what I'm saying, to where all hell is going to break loose. You see? All hell is about to break loose, man. You see? And the Lord, when these things come to pass, right, the Lord is going to shut the mouth of these scoffing Israelites. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 12, and let's get verse 21. And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Yeah, so you have Jake out here talk about, man, we ain't living no end of the world. Man, JC ain't coming back. Where he at? It's been this long. You know what I'm saying? Jake is out here scoffing, man. All right, just straight up don't believe. Okay, saying the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth. Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand in the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. And that coincides with Habakkuk 2 and 3 that says what? The vision is for an appointed time. Okay? So all this time Jake been scoffing. Jake been taking things lightly. And the Most High is setting you up to be destroyed because of your incredulity and the harsh blasphemous word that you speak against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, so when you have a gang of migrant men knocking on your door, not knocking but banging, you know what I'm saying, or just straight up just kick in your door, all right, you better call on JC to save you. You know what I'm saying? You better call on JC and God, all right, and let's see how that's going to hold out for you. Let's continue.
Emergency meetings right now. Biden and Vice President Harris are now in the Situation Room, or have been in the Situation Room today, holding emergency meetings on developments inside the Middle East. Okay, this is what Biden said earlier in a statement. He said, I was briefed in the Situation Room on developments in the Middle East. We received updates on threats posed by Iran and its proxies, diplomatic efforts to de-escalate regional tensions, and preparations to support Israel should it be attacked again. We also discussed the steps we are taking to defend our forces and respond to any attack against our personnel in a matter and place of our choosing. All right, that is a statement that Biden just put out in the last few hours. They are saying that they are on high alert for these attacks, and the U.S. could respond as well. All right, we are also seeing major outages of trading and disruptions of the stock market. Okay, and we are also seeing attacks on U.S. air bases. We will get to that in a second too. But these disruptions that have been happening in the stock market, okay, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, and Ameritrade all took their services offline this morning so people could not get into their accounts and sell their stocks. Okay, there has been a massive dip off that happened over the weekend.
So you see, even with that, right, which this should show you that this current economic monetary system is all vanity. All right, because in an event that the system, well, when the system does crash, many people aren't even going to be able to access their money or sell their stocks. All right, so you had, which is still ongoing, but you had this thing break out over the weekend and pretty much come to a height yesterday with the stock market dropping 1,000 points, and you know, all these companies selling all these assets, different nations like Japan and you know, Russia, you know, dropping the US dollar, Saudi Arabia in droves. Okay, you're talking trillions of dollars, man, just gone in one day. All right, which these things are going to cause instability in these Western nations, which you're already seeing it. And this is what's going to add to that civil unrest, civil war, that second Esdras, the 15th chapter, that where it says that they shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right, for the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, in the event when this does happen, to when these things are fully realized, people are just not going to give a damn. Okay, because once they realize that the money is no longer a viable option to survive, people are going to turn into demons, man. All right, which these people got demons on them already, but they're going to really let their horns show. All right, these people are going to become animals, man. Savage, brute beasts. And they're going to be out here doing what they want to do, having their way. And there ain't going to be no police to stop them. It's not going to be no law enforcement. It's going to be exactly what you see happening right now in the UK and Bangladesh and multiple other countries around this earth, man. It's going to be the same exact scenario. The police ain't going to be out here, you know, policing nothing. As a matter of fact, the police, they're going to need police in this time. All right? They're going to need somebody to protect them. And as a matter of fact, they're not even going to be out here. A lot of them are going to walk off the force, and they're going to be home trying to protect what they have. All right? From violence and looters and things of that nature. You know, so listen, we're in the midst of some very perilous times. You know, but that civil war is definitely about to jump off. Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So this is what is occurring in the West. This is the fall of Esau, Edom. He's divided on all fronts. All right. So this is why the fall of this man is so profound. All right. This is the day that these Edomites never thought would come. They never thought that they would see their people this divided on so many lines. You know, they never thought that they would see their kingdom crumbling. But this is the fall of an empire. Okay. Just like ancient Rome, just like ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt, all those great kingdoms fell. And it was due to, you know, and it really happened through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. So I think that's a good portion of this video. You know, of course, you brothers and sisters can check it out. Patrick Humphrey, you know, Emergency Alert, 14th Amendment. You know, you can watch the rest of that, you know, on your own time. But, you know, kind of want to make this lesson precise and straight to the point so we can get here. U.S. and UK expected to be drawn in as Iran prepares retaliation against Israel. All right. And the reports are already out that, you know, Iran is pretty much moving their missile artillery into position to strike against Israel. So they about to make a move, man. All right. Iran is not bluffing, and of course we know that Russia is with Iran, you know, It speaks about that in Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All the nations that are joined unto Gog and Magog. What I'm saying? Turkey is going to be in the mix. China, of course. North Korea, India, Pakistan, the kings of the East. You see? So here we go. Because when Israel does get struck, the U.S. and UK are gonna have to back Israel. All right. So yeah, one and the same want war with Iran. It was all planned. Yeah, that's another thing too. All this was planned, man. All right, this war with Iran. There's a video going into it. Who was that? I think it was it might have been George Bush Sr. I think there was a video on him speaking about how they wanted to go to war with Iran, or it may have been George Bush Jr. I'm not sure which one. I got to look into that, but I know one of the Bushes, they was going into it during their term about eventually having a war with Iran. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it was George Bush Jr. All right, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, both of them want war with Iran. All right, because this goes into that that Edomite, staying in their world hegemony, staying in their rulership. But it's all gonna fail as Israel braces for what appears to be a likely Iranian retaliation. It is almost certain Western and regional powers will be drawn in, and we'll get into that. Just bear with me. Overnight, Yoav Gallant, Israel's defense minister, briefed his U.S. counterpart Lloyd Austin, discussing, according to Israel's readout, quote, a series of scenarios and corresponding defensive and offensive capabilities should Tehran attack. And this is why you're seeing young men, all right, 18 to 26 to 27, whatever that is. And I'm within that age range, what I'm saying? But I ain't going to fight in no World War III, okay? Because this war right here, this the last war, all right? So if you go to fight for these heathen, listen, you ain't coming back. Your ass gonna get turned to dust over there, man, through the heat of the missiles. Okay. It says, should Tehran attack? Gallant held a similar discussion with the UK Defense Secretary John Healey on Friday, giving the new Labour minister an operational situation assessment, Israel said. A day later, Britain indicated it was moving military assets into Cyprus to prepare for a possible evacuation of UK nationals from Lebanon. The need for heightened readiness in the Middle East will not be lost on the RAF and its Typhoon pilot station at the Akrotiri Air Base either. Iran appears set on responding swiftly to the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, the Hamas political leader killed in Tehran, whose killing Iran blames on Israel. It issued a warning notice to aviation on Monday of danger from the center, west, and northwest of the country where its missile launch sites are based. Let's get a little bit more. The expectation is that Iran's response will be more extensive than its response to Israel's airstrike on the Iranian embassy in Damascus in April, when a combination of 300 missiles and drones were fired at Israel, and the fear is that Tehran's proxy ally Hezbollah could be drawn in, using its own stock of between 120,000 and 200,000 unguided missiles and drones to strike with more intensity than before. So you see the amount of missiles that these nations have, and this is on the low end, okay? 120,000, 200,000. You see? Now when they bring the nukes out, they got nukes in these kind of numbers as well. And each nuke has multiple warheads. Okay? So listen, man, in this World War III, when this thing goes nuclear, it's gonna be fire on this earth, man. Alright? It's gonna be fire everywhere. You see? America gonna be on fire. Europe is gonna be on fire. Salakia, Europe is gonna be on fire, man. The whole of the earth is gonna be on fire. Alright? That's why Yahweh Shai said what? You know, he said, what what will I if the fire be already kindled? You know what I'm saying? Before he makes his second coming. So by the time Yahweh Shai come back, man, the earth already gonna be on fire, literally and figuratively. All right, but the fire from them from the chariots is gonna finish everything off. All right, so they talking about hundreds of thousands of missiles, unguided, ready to go. It says the goal is to overwhelm Israel's air defenses and so inflict serious damage on industrial sites and population centers. All right, and that strike that they did, that Iran did on Israel back in April, you know, they actually breached the Iron Dome. All right, several missiles got through. So pretty much Iran, they showed during that strike that yeah, we can touch you. Okay, that's basically what Iran said. You know, Iran said, listen, we can touch you at any time. That Iron Dome is not going to keep you safe from our attacks. And ultimately, the Lord allowed the missiles to get through to shake them small hats up, to also let them know that their time is coming as well. You see, let's go here. Let's go to Jeremiah 49:20, right? And it reads, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom, in his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock, right, which is Israel, all right, them small hats, them JOOs over there, right, the least of the flock shall draw them out. What is the title of this article? US and UK expected to be drawn in, right? As it says here in verse 20, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And this is a prophecy against Edom. Okay, so them small hats in the land, those is Edomites. Okay, you got the so-called European Edomite, you got the American Edomite. You see? So this is the prophecy against Edom, man. Their destruction is at hand. And these things are being manifest right now before you. Verse 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. All right. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Bozrah. Okay, Bozrah was the ancient capital city of Edom. All right, but modern day Bozrah would be America. Okay, and that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains. See, so hey man, when this destruction come on this earth, these Edomites they gonna lose their mind. Okay, they gonna become as women, right, giving birth. They're gonna be in extreme pain and derision. You see. So look, it's all coming down, man. And speaking of let's also get this right here, okay? France says NATO won't be able to respond to Russia's attack. All right, so listen, we've already been talking about it, bringing it out that NATO is finished, the EU is finished. They don't have the manpower, they don't have the artillery to withstand against a Russian attack. This is why they're really hoping that America, that these elections go the way that would favor them, so that they can have support. But the way it's looking, I mean, even Trump was like, listen, in all words, we're not really dealing with NATO like that, because they haven't paid their tribute, basically. Okay, because the EU nations, they're vassal states to America, to the Great Whore, right? So they have to pay in a certain percentage to that NATO military fund. All right, but the EU nations, they've been slacking behind, because quiet as it's kept, they looking to go with Russia. You see, in France is like, listen, we not ready to go up against Russia. So pursuant to Revelation 17:16, the beast is gonna hate the whore. Okay, you even have now, I was watching a brother video earlier that I think it was a French Edomite. He actually was bringing out the hypocrisy or the double standard that Europe had been inflicting on African nations, and just going around the earth just doing hypocrisy, man. Okay, which the scriptures say that the joy of the hypocrite is before a moment. All right, but he was basically agreeing that America wants us to defend NATO and do all of this, but we've gone all around the earth and we've been terrorizing everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically saying that that's hypocrisy, man, and that they're remorseful for these things and all of that. But see, only reason Esau is doing that is because he sees that his end is near. All right, and he understands that there's really nothing that's going to be able to save him from the destruction that's coming. You know what I'm saying? After all, the scripture does say, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. He that live by the sword shall die by the sword. And that's Esau Edom. His blessing is the sword. Right? So this man was tailor-made to be destroyed since the very beginning. But you have NATO fragmented. Turkey is about to jump ship. All right, they're about to side with Russia. You see? No doubt Germany is going to go next, France. You see? So NATO is going to disband, as it says, Revelation 17, the beast shall hate the whore and make her desolate and burn her with fire. How's that going to happen? The EU, they're going to shoot nukes over to America and burn this place up. All right? In the midst of that World War III. So it says here, NATO understands that in the event of an attack from the east, which is inevitable, the Allies will face problems in deploying heavy equipment and troops due to administrative red tape, stated French General Bertrand Toujois. In his opinion, moving equipment around Europe during the Cold War was much easier. Toujois noted that if Russia launches an attack on NATO countries, other Europeans and Americans will have to move troops to the eastern flank as quickly as possible. In practice, however, this is hampered by lengthy and fragmented administrative processes that are not adapted to the movement of equipment, infrastructure, and lack of transportation capabilities. So plain and simple, they just don't have the artillery, the manpower to fight against Russia. So this is why eventually they're gonna have the mindset of, hey, you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to get destroyed, right? The general also recalled that in early 2022, Europe realized how difficult the process of moving equipment could be. We discovered the extent of the administrative red tape. There's a war in Ukraine, but customs officials explain that you don't have the right tonnage per axle and that your tanks aren't allowed to cross Germany. See, so there's division all across, man. Like, you can't move tanks through this section of the nation. You can't go here, go there. Look, man, this is why these Edomites, their rulership is over, man. All this thing is falling apart. Yeah, so, that's it's really about it, man. Esau's through, America's finished, and we just gonna keep on watching prophecy, man, to see the wondrous works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash, call Elohim La, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect, Kom Yasha'Allah, and a Bible ball. On to the next one.